All right, good morning, good morning. Oh, back to this little game. Tales of Maj'Eyal. There's so many T's. I've been seeing the game is Maj'Eyal for some reason. I don't know. All right, let's load our game. Wait, what's this? Emota? Oh, that's the tutorial. They asked us to save that. Can we... What is this? Oh. It was just Right. So we load this game. This is where we were yesterday. We just started down here. Yes. I'm bleeding. Anything to loot? No. Is this bleeding? We've got the Berserker Rage, but that's fine. Ooh. Oh, Berserker Rage awakens, yes. It's up here, right? What's this? Underground thick vegetation. Block site. Oh, right, I can dig through stuff if I want to. Good morning, Colgate in on tap. How are you doing today? Life treating you well? Ooh. Look at all this. Let's wait a moment. Another moment. One more moment. One more. I think I don't hit all of them here. No. Let's wait one more. No, wait. You hiding? No, we're fine. We're hitting all of them. We've got rush, so I can run away if I like. Colgate in on tab says that life is treating okay. Very nice, very nice. Makes me happy. Alright. So we stun him. Oh, damn it. Wait, I have been dominated. What does that mean? Target has been dominated. It is unable to move and has lost 1 armor and 3 defenses. Attack from Dremmaster gain 6% damage. Penetration. Mental save reduced. Alright. So that's a mental thing. Removes crossed here. Is that a crossed here? It doesn't say crossed here anywhere, does it? Colgate in on tap said, I tried it out. I could use runes as well. Oh, very nice. Learned something new. It's always fun to learn something new. Alright, how much does this take? 25. Wait. Oh! The reason is not the thing. It's because I can't move. One of these has to be the one, right? Can I use any of those? Protective shield. Actually, do you know this? That also removes cross-tier effects of that affected types. What does that even mean? One random... physical effect. There we go. It's not a physical, it's a mental effect. Mental dominates, so it won't work. Resilience... Alright, so I'm guessing that we defend. What does this do again? Reducing all damage taken for 5 turns. Should I just tank my way through until I can start AoEing, or should I just... I just punch the guy. He ran away. That's kind of weird. I think the cat has been on my mouse pad. unruly thing. Right attack. Oh, I didn't even see that guy. That's bleeding. But one more turn. We're stuck here for one more turn. Don't need any health yet. How much health do you have? 144, 137. Let's attack this dude. Is this a spellcaster? It seems like a spellcaster, doesn't it? Wait, can I do this? Ah. Oh. One more time. Ooh, kill them both. Perfect. Now I don't have any charge. Alright, I want max stamina. That is something that I do want. Alright, this was the heal, right? Heal over time? No. That's the heal. Over time. We pick that up. Trash. What's this? Excavation report. That's gotta be a quest item, right? Oh, here we go. Colgatino tab says you can refund your last 4 class talents and last 3 generic talents. You can go beyond level 1 on some talents without losing higher level talents when you unlock them. Yes! I know. I remember. That's why I was hesitant, right? Because I don't want to spend more than 4. I want to reclaim something. So far I haven't needed to claim any more talents. This fight was a little bit difficult, so maybe an upgrade here. I kind of want an upgrade that gives me more maximum stamina. I need maximum stamina, I think. Generation, I'm not so sure. Perhaps generation as well. 10 days into the initial site survey. Recent tremors have opened the deep new chasms, but we must work cautiously to ensure that they're stable before conducting major operations. Oh yes, proceeding well at start, with supports being put in place and no flammable gases detected. Colgate on tab says, but be careful, there are some world-altering talents that can't be refunded. Oh, nice, nice. Interesting stuff. I'm guessing part of the game is making mistakes as well, but some Shertool relics have been found, perhaps great profit to be had here. High margins on Shattering market, yes. Some miners say they feel ill. The Drem fools. Oh, the damn fools. Have likely been gorging on too much mead. Will deduct it from their pay. Yes. Foreman Tamoth. Oh, what a terrible foreman, eh? What's this? Is this bleeding? Infusion saturation. Oh, right. Saturation. I remember we've had that quite a bit. So, inventory. We had a trashy weapon. We had some trashy armor. What's this? Rune of the Wizard. That doesn't sound like something that I would want. Scales with magic. How does this sorting happen, I wonder? I don't... There's some... Oh, is it in this way? No. The rune end up in... Ah! Wait. Newly picked up ends up in the top. So if I change this... No, the sorting stays the same. Oh, but it is probably just recent then. Recency of it being picked. No, Scrying Orb would have been at the bottom if it was a recency thing. By item type, he says. Oh, right. It's just, it's not specifically in this order. It's just in a item type order. The runes come first. Alright. Oh, no. We'll be fine though. Was there anything to pick up here? Yes. What was that? Terrible armor. Alright, let's charge this dude. He's dead. Giant white mouse. No charging on you, eh? One from. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do this. What was that? Mossy Mind Star of Clarity. That was interesting. So what's a Mind Star then? It's its own category. Alright. Oh, it's a weapon. Mind damage. It's a spellcasting thing, I'm guessing. Mind stars are natural products. Natural gems covered in living matter. They are used to focus the mental powers of all nature defenders and psionics. Using mind stars in the offhand does not incur the normal offhand damage penalty. Oh, so it's it's like a spellcasting focus. Pretty good. Actually, I'm kind of curious. This rush ability that I have been using, this here. What is the upgrade? We get range and cooldown. More like a mental focus. This is called getting on tap. Alright, mental focus. What did I call it? A magic focus. No? So how much is it when it has a, like here, from tier 1 to tier 5, it has a, what is it? 5. Its cooldown is lessened by 8 turns. Is that it for each level? Will it be 8, 8, 8, 8? Wait, no, that won't work. Okay. How do I know? Because I'm thinking of investing in it, right? Oh, right, you can refund it. Because I'm kind of curious of how low I can get this cooldown. I'm guessing you can't rush through enemies though. I need to try that. I've just assumed that you can't, but I've got to try if you can rush through enemies. That's interesting. I said spellcasting, yeah. Oh, good morning, good evening, Node Runner. How are you feeling today? He asks, do you think valuing games based on dollars per hour played is a valid method? Well, I think that there is no objective way to value, right? Also, hi, I'm new, says Node Runner. Yeah, I was kind of curious. I mean, how do you value a free-to-play game then? It's infinitely valuable? No, You have to, in my personal view, personally, I've decoupled a lot of value judgments from monetary value, right? So I would say that it is a valid method for economic value, right? But I kind of would want to add how much you enjoyed yourself. I can spend hours and hours on a game where I don't enjoy myself, and in that system, the game would be considered valuable. Right? So it's a valid method. If we assume that you only spend time in a game that you enjoy, and that you enjoy your time, then you could use it. I think, for me, I wouldn't. But I can see it as a valid method for a lot of people. Does that make sense? What would you say to that, Node Runner? Colgate Untitled says, before exiting level up screen, you don't save any changes. You can check them out and undo them for free. Oh, right. Nice. You taught me that yesterday. That was the whole point of the thing, right? Point of this whole system that I didn't understand. That I can just check. Alright, then we go to, oh right, it's just 5 now. And then it's 4, I'm guessing 3 then. Yes, and then 2, the last. It's down to 15. And it did, what else was it? Stamina cost? No. It's range. Range and cooldown. Because I'm considering that cooldown. Too bad it's not stamina cost. What do you increase? Range and confusion power. Wait, confused. Oh, for how many turns? It's always 50%. All right, very nice, very nice. Node Runner asked, why would you spend hours in a game you don't enjoy? I spent quite a bit of time in, we're talking years here, in an abusive relationship. And people always ask that question about relationships. Why would you stay with someone who is abusive? And there's many reasons, right? You don't quite understand the reasons yourself, perhaps. You might feel stuck. Like I've been that. I've stayed in game. Like I stayed in World of Warcraft way too long just because I wasn't enjoying myself anymore. But it was just a habit. I stayed out of habit. Also, there's a lot of gaming addiction going around, right? That's not about enjoyment. Many different reasons, right? Oh, good morning and good evening, Banana Wolf Monkey. Nice to see you. Sunk cost fallacy? Yeah. Right? There are many different reasons why that would happen. That is why I said we should assume that we enjoy the time. And then also, personally, I still don't feel that hours is a well enough thing, because you can enjoy yourself at different degrees, right? You can have a life-changing experience in a game that only lasts for a couple of hours, right? Oh, I played that game yesterday. Well, my nephew was here yesterday, so he played that game again. The Unfinished Swan. that game, what did it take? Like 2 hours? 3 hours to finish? He had played it before, so it was a bit faster, but like it's only 4 hours or something. And that is... There are like life lessons in it. It's unique mechanics. It's innovative. It's an amazing experience like that. So I would value me playing that game. I got it for free, so it's infinite value with the, if we say dollar per, but if we just think about per hours, each minute there I personally found more valuable than each minute in Path of Exile, for example. Right? I really enjoy Path of Exile, but it doesn't have a big impact on me. It's just the farming is enjoyable. It's the two experiences are super difficult to compare. Right? There are two completely different experiences, if that makes sense. So that is kind of part of the... Wait, is that the whole range I have? Actually, I think I'm gonna level it up just because of the range, if nothing else. Yeah, because of the range. If nothing else, I really like this ability, so I can spend 1, 2 points. Let's just stay with 1 point. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I think a lot of people would quit RuneScape if it weren't for the time they've already invested in it. That's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna play RuneScape for the first time soon. Wait, are you... He's just too far out of range. But that's fine, we can just do this and he'll be inside of range. Boom. Ooh. Yeah, I've never played RuneScape. It's gonna be interesting. If I'm gonna enjoy it. I mean, we have also enjoyment is not all about the game as well. It's about the headspace that you are personally in, right? That's an aspect of what is happening. How much does this cost again? 27 or 25. So we take one step, and then we do the... Oh no. Now we do the thing. Boom. We do the thing again. Boom. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Nodrunner says, I don't think video games are comparable to toxic relationships. No, very good point, Nodrunner. It's just... My point was that I don't... I gave it as an example. Why would you spend hours in something you don't enjoy? We do that all the time. Right? There are many, many different reasons. It's just my... good point. It was kind of a rude of me to do that comparison, wasn't it? It's just what popped up in my head, right? Because I've had that idea, like, why would you stay with a man that beats you? Well, why would you do that? That's silly. I get triggered by victim blaming, I think. But yeah, I would agree with you, Nodrunner. That's not comparable and a bad example. It's just where my mind went, eh? Banana Waffle Monkey asks, RS3 or OSRS? RS3. Yeah, RS3, the most recent one, right? That was the one you recommended, wasn't it? Nodrunner? And Nodrunner says, I can relate to RuneScape. I've invested time in it. However, I don't feel like I can't stop playing. Yeah. But it also, right, familiarity is also a... What am I thinking? Familiarity in itself increases enjoyment, doesn't it? Damn it. Like, being good at something is enjoyable, right? So being in the flow, that is what it's called. That is enjoyable. So I can see why one would stay in a game like that for longer, right? That's, like I said, I stayed in World of Warcraft even when I wasn't enjoying it, because I was good at it. And I don't know. There were many reasons. Nodrunner says, I never quit a game. I simply stop playing until I want to play again. Ooh. I've been doing that a lot as well, but I've been trying to quitting more and more stuff. I'm trying to be better at that. I heard this argument that, I mean, it's pseudoscience, right? But I heard an interesting argument where they said that... Wait, what did they say exactly? Everything that you don't finish, look at it as a... it was kind of... if we compare it to a computer or whatever, it's a process that you have running in the background. A daemon, right? It's just there. And somehow... how do I put it? Yeah, consuming resources. It's just there, consuming resources. If that makes sense. I mean, it made sense to me, so I've... Again, pseudoscience, no real reason. It just sounded... what's the word? I was inspired by the idea to actually stop doing stuff. Not to have this long list of to-dos, right? Not a long list of to-dos, but have a short list of to-dos. Like I'm saying, you know, I say all the time that I have a long list of games to play. And I do, but the list, I mean, I don't have a list itself. I don't even consider any of the games that I've downloaded. I don't see myself as having to play them. They're not in my to-do. Well, I have 2 games in my to-do. Well, 3 now, unfortunately. But I have this game, I have To the Moon, and I have the hacking game. And also, of course, now RuneScape. So 4 games. I have 4 games in my to-do list. I have other games that I want... Well, actually, RuneScape is not really on my to-do list. It's on a list of games that I want to play, perhaps, in the future. I've separated it a little bit like that in my mind, I think. Banana Waffle Monkey asked, do you know if you'll be playing Legacy or EOC? I don't know anything about that. Probably EOC, says Nodrunner. Yeah, probably EOC. There we go. Banana Waffle Monkey, if not enjoyment, content. Nodrunner says that's the default. In a vacuum, Banana Waffle Monkey says, I like EOC, but within the context and history of RuneScape, it just didn't feel right. Right? Again, I don't know what EOC or Legacy is. Node Runner says, games are not a to-do for me. I play whatever I want whenever I feel like it. There we go. I think I had a little bit of a different approach earlier, and that is why I have a different approach to it now. I'm probably trying to become more like you in that manner, Node Runner. I think that's more healthy. Node Runner says, I don't feel the need to finish games. Well, there's a difference between finishing games and being finished with a game. Right, and that is what I'm aiming for, not to finish the games. Like, I play until I feel ready with them. Like you do in Path of Exile, for example. You play until you feel finished. I'm guessing most people don't kill the end boss in Path of Exile, right? The end bosses. Most people are probably like me. You level up to... Actually, I have no idea what most people do, but what I do is I play until there is this point, right? I make an effort to make a... Ooh, that hurt. So what do? Do this. And we charge. We charge. Boom. Oh, and I kill it. Perfect. Was that a dot or something? Oh, right, and that's the saturation thing. It's because, well, you can do all your heals, but the cooldowns will be longer. Very nice. Banana Waffle Monkey, me, actually buys the games for the soundtracks and views the game as a bonus. How? That's super interesting. How do you know if the soundtrack is good if you haven't played the game? Or is it like you know which artists you like and you follow them around and buy all the games that the musicians, and buy all the games that they are making? That's kind of a good idea, I suppose, if you're really into music. I mean, music can be indeed a way to enjoy a game. Banana Waffle Monkey says, yeah, that's why farming Elder, Elder, Conquerors, and Ceres is so profitable, right? Because a lot of people don't get that far, but they want the loot. So if you farm the loot and sell it to them, you can super increase be super rich in Path of Exile. If that is what you enjoy. Node Runner asks, do you like the Samorost soundtrack? Is that a RuneScape thing, or is it something completely different? Banana Waffle Monkey said, I'm half joking, I think he was talking. Half joking, buying for the soundtrack? Yeah, I mean, but part of it. It's like you feel that soundtracks are incredibly important often for you. I think we got that. He said, incredibly low amounts of people are able to either make it to that point. Wait. Here we go. This was the way out, right? Yes. I think I need to level something up. I took a kind of a beating against that guy, right? Banana Waffle Monkey said, wait, did he say? Incredibly low amount of people are able to either make it to that point or to kill the bosses when they make it to that point. Yeah. We get bored, right? We get finished. I watch a lot of speedrunning content. Ah, that's the soundtrack. Samorost is a point-and-click adventure game. Actually, part of me wants some range to this ability as well now, so if I get some range, I could hit all of them. Alright, I have to try as well if I can charge through someone. Maybe that is the time to try that now. Yes, here we go. I cannot. We've learned a new thing. Right, they're all in that. So what do I do here? Wash out on these three. And then move over here. Then we'll make another. The AoE has not been a problem for me so far. It's the single target magic dudes that has been really fucking with me. Alright. Nodrunner says it's kind of psychedelic. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I gotta know what this is. Oops. So don't look at that. Oh. I don't know if any of you played Black Desert, but we had to change accounts. Did that this morning. Changing accounts to, yeah, whatever. Samrost 3. Is that the one, or is it? Which one would you recommend? 1, 2, or 3? Banana Waffle Monkey says, I think Axiom Verge has my favorite OST from a video game. And the second for me is FTL. Actually, I think I should put FTL on the list. Neglected to play, because I only played it for like an hour and I didn't get into it. So maybe. Colgate on Tab says, your race skill is pretty useful in tough situation. Yeah, I know, it's fucking great. But it's a mitigation ability, right? And so far, the two where I've felt that I've had problem is the ones where I wasn't prepared, where I just went around the corner, someone took half my HP in one hit. On the other hand, if they do that, I get a heal over time when I go below half health. So the mitigation is still useful because it will allow me to heal up during the fight. Yeah, good point, Colgate on top. Maybe the single target is not as bad as it has felt. 3 is the best one, he says. Very nice. Yeah, a lot of people likes it, eh? Summers in an exploration adventure. A puzzle game from the award-winning creators of Machinarium and Botanicula. Travel across spaces to 9 unique worlds, teeming with colorful challenges, creatures, and surprising. Oh. I haven't played one of these games since Monkey Island. I don't think. Point and click adventures. Puzzle games. I like the art style. Best adventure game in years, says someone. And that was a psychedelic soundtracky thing. Actually, let's go to Steam and add it to the wish list, I suppose. Banana Waffle Monkey said Axiom Verge is my favorite OST. I don't even know what Axiom Verge is. Kind of want to check that out. What do we do? We have Samo Roast 3. We add it to the list. And we check Axiom. I'm filling this list too much. Axiom Verge. Wait, what is this? Exploring undercover the mystery of a surreal alien world while blasting aliens and glitching your environment in this intense retro side-scrolling action adventure. That's not really my type of game, though. I did love Terraria, but this didn't seem like Terraria, did it? No, there says, yes, Monkey Island was great. Banana Waffle Monkey says, it's a Metroidvania. It's like Metroid. Nice. Yeah, and that's not my kind of game. Well, I did play on the Wii, the Metroid 3 Prime. Holy shit, that game was good. Well, I enjoyed my time, I mean. I really enjoyed my time. Alright, what do we have here? 6600. Oh. That's an upgrade, right? 105 instead of just 100. Oh, right, I can't. That's a bit of an oversight, right? I can't compare it to the one that I have equipped. I would kind of want to compare it to the one that I do have equipped. I wonder how well Monkey Island has aged, though. I think a lot of the puzzles were not really puzzles. It was just random fucking click this thing and click that thing. Just spam click everything on the screen to beat it. Colgate InnoTab says you can use it and compare it in that way. Ah! Wait, no. I can't. Or, wait. I clicked the thing. Nope. I could not... Well, I could, but then that would mean I would have to memorize, right? I could look at one and then look at the other. I couldn't look at the two of them at the same time. That is what comparing is to me. That is not what I did. Oh, the exit is straight there. Luckily, it was a... yeah. Wait, what is going on? Why can't I press... That was weird. Alright. No upgrades there. So, yeah, infusion and runes end up in a... What is this? It's a terrible heal. Oh, we've got a new... Power 15? Alright, I can't. I can compare these two, though. It can be used to sting an enemy, dealing 116 nature damage over 7 turns. Reducing their healing by 50%. Ooh. Increasing armor and armor hardiness. There's a thorns thing, though. Reducing healing? I like that. We'll see, we'll see. Banana Waffle Monkey says, I'm not sure how I feel about Metroidvanias. Colgate Dino pointed out with the items you can press control when you hover over them to compare. Oh. Equipment items we can, but not the runes. Everything else though. That's nice. Ah. Wait, there's a lot of green stuff here. Alright. Oh. Quiver of arrows. Oh, we can't... Wait, can I equip that now? I don't think so. I can. But why though? Suppose it doesn't hurt. Banana Waffle Monkey continued. And that I do enjoy the stories and exploration, but the combat is often limited to cardinal directions or diagonals, which I'm just not used to. But it's a large part of the games. It is a large part of the games. I've been strolling through Hollow Knight recently. Yeah, I played Hollow Knight fairly recently as well. I had a good time in that. Oh yes, we do like that sound. I mean, stories and yeah, I enjoyed the exploration. Stories are always... I mean, it depends on the game, right? It can be bad stories and good stories, I suppose. I'm probably gonna go back to Hollow Knight someday. I think that's a game I was finished with it, but I didn't finish it. Right? I didn't kill all the last bosses and all of that. It just... yeah, I felt finished. But I'll probably want to go back to it someday in the future. Yeah. Wait, did I not get any new class points? Alright, no, I spent one here. Got one generic point. I really like this, but it's not... Scales with Constitution. From 150 to 200, that's quite lower value. Like, from the first one we got 154 health. From this click we just get 50 health, right? Almost. A lot of upgrading. There's a lot of diminishing returns. Yeah, there's a lot of diminishing returns going on in this skill tree. Do we have something where it just... increases weapon damage and physical power by 30. And again, a lot of diminishing returns. Each turn you have a 17% chance to recover from a single stun effect. Blindness and confusion and pins. I'm guessing that percentage grows, so we become unflinching resolve. We become unstoppable. Will be cleansed. Stun, blind, confusion, pin, disarm, slow. Yeah. Getting rid of all of those seems super helpful. So just getting all of these is maybe a good idea. I'm curious. Nodrunner says, I liked some of the Castlevanias. Generally speaking, I don't like 2D platformers. There has to be another mechanic there to make it compelling. I think I feel kind of similar to Nodrunner in that sense. I do like some of them. But yeah, there has to be something there to make it compelling. Nodrunner continues, but for some reason I really like 3D platformers. I could play the most uninspired 3D platformer and have fun. Yeah, that's taste, right? It just happens. So how many points do I have? Only the one. Alright, these are rare. I get way more of these than these, right? So if I want to take this, this has to be... This is an investment deal, right? Because if I take this, I want to go all the way up to level 4. Which, I mean, is probably fine. Yeah, because at level 1 it's like, ugh. Level 2 it's still, ugh. Level 3 it's starting to get good. So this one does not have diminishing returns. This one has, this is the complete opposite, right? Fuck, I don't know. What changes did I make? I don't even remember. Alright, I took all these stats. There we go. Nodrunner says, I don't consider Terraria a Metroidvania. No. Not even close. But Hollow Knight would be kind of considered a Metroidvania, right? I haven't played a lot of them. But Hollow Knight. Well, actually, I was thinking about 2D platformers now, and I was thinking about, I liked Dead Cells. I liked Rogue Legacy. What happens if I do this? Oh, it just tries and hits the closest one. That's nice. Boom. This dude looks dangerous. Brecklorn. Horror corruption. Resists 50% blight. Size medium. Well, it says a size medium, but then it says a giant... Oh, it's a bat. It's a giant hairless bat. It's the face of a dwarf twisted into a constant scream. Oh, that sounds a little bit like a Trolloc. Oh, I'm so... I don't know if you've seen that, but Amazon is making a TV series from that. What is it called again? The Wheel of Time. I'm gonna be so curious to see how they deal with the Trollocs, because the Trollocs has always seemed like, I mean, scary, yeah, but how do they make the explanations are scary, but I just can't see how to make the visuals scary. It's gonna be interesting. Like an orc or like a giant bat is kind of easy to make scary, right? Face of a dwarf? And a constant scream. Maybe something like that. Just making them express making the body all twisted and fucked, and then just making the facial expressions be all fucking gross, I suppose. Oh, right. Colgate InnoTap was talking about these things. You get 1 on each level, but except on multiples of 5, then you get 2 class points. And 0 generic points instead. So more class points. Banana Waffle Monkey says Terraria is a boss rush. No donor said that, yeah, Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania. Banana Waffle Monkey continues. I can tell just by the zone design so far that Hollow Knight is deeply inspired by Metroid. Interesting. Colgate InnoTap, check the Tomes character vault, but I didn't find your character. Yeah, I haven't logged in to the thing. Wait, was that this dude? Oh, he came up. Boom, dead. Alright, so. Damn it. Should not have used that. This is gonna suck. So let's get that one going. Oh, it was probably the other guy who attacked me like that. 23 to 34? That's not an upgrade, is it? $27? No. Maybe if it has something special on it. Accuracy, crit chance, armor penetration, attack speed. Nah. Oh, right, we could just do this. Comparison, I forget. Yeah, that's not worth it. That's not worth it at all. Wait, Colgate InnoTap says log says who did what? Oh, right. Yes. Good point. Yeah, Brecklorn. Colgate InnoTap. Yeah, it was H for me as well. Alright, so let's get up. What did we see? There's an item here. Let's pick it up. Green mold. Slime roots. We mouse over on that? No. That would be a wiki thing if we wanted to see that. That seems like a overpowered rat. And it seems like a dead rat. This was the Brecklorn, right? Yes. This one deals all the damage. However, if I can just kill him before he kills me... Oh. Wait, yeah. He's fucked. This is underrated, the Fearless Cleave. It's so good. It's so good. Does it lower the stamina cost to use that? No. Wait. That all it does? It increases the damage from 120 to 128? That's kind of sad. Kind of sad indeed. What's this? Granivore? Large slug-like. Move slowly. Trail of acid. Strangely humanoid features, eh? You look dangerous, so do that, do that. Wait, where's the hostile? Down here. Oh, I ran straight into that projectile, eh? Oh, another one. Chasms go deep. Yes, yes. More relics found. Oh, yes. Will be mighty profitable, but my secret treasures is even treasure is even better indeed. Gold, beautiful, lovely gold, buried so deep, so deep. Have kept it hidden, sealed, yes. Looks like the remains of a giant throne. I touched it, yes. I even put my lips to it. Ah, the taste. But must stay focused. Much more work to be done. Miners are rowdy. One of them fools went mad and killed himself with a pickaxe. Messy business. Must restore order. Yes, yes. Killed himself with a pickaxe, eh? That seems like a bad way to do it. Moisture tool, artifacts found, possibly even remains of weapons. Imagine the profit. We will keep them hidden, yes. The dreams say yes in the darkness, secret. Waiting for the right time. This foreman has gone kind of bonkers, haven't he? That fellow's blood was so red, spilling on the cavernous floor. I wonder if where they buried him. My mouth. It wants to taste. Yes, yes. Yeah. He's being affected by something. Is he becoming a vampire? Ooh. Ooh. Is this? That's instant. What more do we have? Cure yourself. We don't need to cure myself. We don't need to heal. We can get this. 0% of a turn. Yes. Actually, no. Let's wait for... Then we try to attack all of these fellas. And then we attack all the fellas again. And now I'm stuck. Did we try to use this? But no, we decided it was a mind thing. Wait. What is the thing? Ah, there it is. Dominated. Wait, what? No, this is a different thing than before. Colgatinotab says, you'll soon find out. What will I find out? Fuck, I missed the context. The target has been dominated. It is unable to move. Oh, and it's... No, we had been dominated before. It's just a stun? Unable to move. No, it's a root. We're stuck. We just can't move. Oh, what happened to the writer of those notes? Oh, right. Yeah, we're gonna kill him. Of course we're gonna kill him. I don't... probably want to do more AoE in a bit. Power 23, power 25. I guess we attack this dude. Attack this dude again. Kill this dude. This was not the infusion thing, right? No. It's just bleeding. Oh, but bleeding is a physical thing. Could have removed that before. Now, I wonder if I want to use this. Yeah. That was all of the stuff. Right. Kill this dude. Kill this dude. Kill this dude. Everything went just fine. Oh yeah, and it does stack. Right, yes. It's not terrible, but it stacks. So far, I mean, we haven't gotten that far, but so far I'm enjoying this game way more than I thought I would. That was interesting. Is that a blind? Brain locked? Quest Eternal shows up. Hello, Quest Eternal. Nice to meet you. This is my favorite game right now. Yeah, I'm enjoying it way more than expected so far. I'm still in the beginning stages as well. Renders a random talent unavailable. Cooldown of the talent is halved until the effect has worn off. It's a cross tier one, so I can remove it if I want to. Wait, no. Mental cross tier. I can remove physical cross tier. It also removes cross tier effects. But what talent is it? Renders a random talent unavailable. So which talent is it? How do I know which talent I cannot use? What's this? Confusion. The target is confused, acting randomly with a 32% chance. That's a mental thing as well. Can't remove that. Mental save. We've got our Berserker going on, and here we go. Deadly poison. Physical. Do want to remove that. So this is for free, right? Remove all the stuff. No longer poisoned. Right. Probably, yeah, instant 0% of a turn. Get that. That's just a free use. So good. We probably don't want to take any of these yet. If we can wait 10 turns. Good idea. Probably don't want to spend any these things either. Kind of would want to confuse that dude, but it seems like that's not gonna happen. Could move. Let's not. How much did this cost, by the way? Oh, this is just 10 stamina cost, so we use that. Wait. Was that the thing? What happened? It resists the stunning strike. Oh, that has to be like I have the confusion thing. That must have been it. Nothing happened. again, nothing happened. There we go. Hopefully this will work. Now I can spend my... Perfect. What's that? Blocks movement. Diggable. Yes, I want to target myself. Yeah, I'm having a good time, good time. Alright, we're going down. The mouth. Horror corrupted. Rank boss. 10,000 HP. Okay. So. Can I level up? Is that a thing I can do right now? Probably. It seems like there's no issue. What is this? Regenerate stamina faster. How much am I generating right now? 0.5. And I can go up to plus 0.8. So that's more than doubling. Let's get that probably. Quest Eternal says you probably want to spend the class points. Well, I've been holding off on purpose, right? Since there's so many diminishing returns and I don't quite know what I want. And you can remove the you can remove 4 points, right? So I don't want to overspend. I'd rather spend too little. And this boss seems like a good point to level up a bit. So I'm guessing this fight, since he's having a lot of HP, I'm guessing some stamina will be useful. I'm just assuming. What is this? Oh, then I can get this as well. Life per turn. How much life do I have now again? Does it say? No. So we accept the changes. And we check the character and we check how much life do we have. No, it says right here. 270. We have plus 0.28. That's a super upgrade as well then. Right? What's the upgrade of this? Ooh. It's pretty good as well. Do I want to go that route? I'm pretty sure I want the life regen. That seems like the way to go. What does this take again? It reduces the cooldown. Armor by 11. Armor hardness is a percentage thing. It's kind of big. Spell and physical saves for 8 turns. Bonuses will increase with your constitution. What about this? It's the level 8 thing. Alright. Save the changes and see if we survive this thing. Does he have any range? He is level 12. I am level 6. Kind of seems like it's a good idea to flee. At the same time, I mean, he's right there. I don't want to flee. Let's go. I am pulled in. Alright. So he wants me close. Is there anything that I want to do right now? No. And he's spawning stuff. Which probably means I want to charge in. There's a scroll right here. Part of me wanna just get the scroll and get out. It's an excavation report. Nah, they didn't deal a lot of damage to us. Let's just continue cleaving. Oh, it takes 3 attacks. That sucks. Wait, how much did he do? Alright. The mouth seems invulnerable. There must be another way to kill it. 0 physical. And 4 healing. Wait. Did he heal 4? He had a retaliation. 10 blight. And I am vulnerable to attacks and effects. Fuck me. Alright, can I... Oof! Just hit me. Is that just a hit? It was not an ability or anything? Exposed. Target has... Oh, right. I got my regeneration thing going. And let's stop raging. Because we're not gonna kill this thing. I assume. We can stop raging. That's free. We can put up a shield. That's free. Yeah. Alright, honor reader report. Alright, the shield ended. It did no damage. The shield was useless. Damn it. Alright. Did he have a ranged attack? He did. They didn't use it, like, it took a couple of turns. Maybe now? Do I kill the thing? Alright. Lore found. Deep below. Excavation report number 3. Ha! My mouth. It tastes, it feels. It grows. Yes, the others are changing. Flying, screaming, squelching, warping. Bad for profit. My teeth, they grow, they hunger. Yes, they want to escape. I can feel in my dreams the dark depths. Bound, buried, forgotten. My mouth wants to open, to scream, to destroy. Deep below, yes. Want to get out. Must stay down here to be close to the dreams. Yes, yes. Must plant my mouth in the soil and watch it grow. It will devour me and grow and grow. It will call from the dark place and bring him from the deepest below. Oh, yes. To moth the mouth. Yes, yes. Kind of fucked up. So there has to be another way to kill him. Are we gonna feed the mouth? Quest Eternal says there's a lot of reading in this game. Oh, I don't know. Oh, well, there's a lot of information coming at us in text. So yeah, I suppose. We'll be going back to another game in an hour and a half. There is a game with a lot of reading. Alright, does this... Wait. Fuck, should I just flee? It seems like I should just flee. The HP is going down though. Right? It has 8,000 HP. It has to be when I kill the other thing. It still has 8,000. Alright, so that was... It seems like it's every third turn, so 1, 2... Wait, what is this? Physical slow. Global action speed. Yeah, sure. Do this. We attack. No, not an attack. Then the attack will show up now? No. How much HP do you have? 7,000. We're fine. Oh, hello, Blasphemous. Nice to see you again. How are you doing today? He likes to analyze the info. Who, me? I like analyzing stuff. Yeah, I would agree with that. Still, there hasn't been any philosophy in the game yet. Not that I'm aware of. It's a typical fantasy story adventure, right? Not a lot of stuff happening. So I would want some more mitigation. Right, but this is a good encounter. We're learning. The boss fights are gonna be longer fights. So getting the cooldown down on the Resilient of the Dwarves might be valuable. Getting the cooldowns down of these things might be valuable. We're learning. We're learning indeed. Colgate in on tap asked, do you like the deep bellow pun? I mean... Wait, I think I misunderstood what that word means. I mean, bellow, isn't that like a roar? Because I enjoyed the pun from... To make a deep... to make the loud, deep, hollow sound characteristics of a bull. Yeah, like a bellow. I enjoyed the pun from the start. But it's just a mouth. It's a big mouth that is bellowing. I mean, I enjoyed the bellow pun from the get-go. Yeah, I love puns. More puns to the people. Blasphemous says, hello. How was your Sibylla? It was as regular. It was fine. How many turns do I have on this? 8? Is there a way to shorten this thing? Actually, part of me thinks that I want to do... I want to reuse them as soon as possible. But since 8 turn without any healing seems like a bad idea. So, I kind of want to... Since it doesn't increase a lot, it's +1 cooldown, so it kind of feels like you want to go down and you want to use all these things immediately. So you use them in bursts. It kind of feels like that. Colgatinotab says, I like puns. They are not too big brain for me. Big brain, eh? Don't quote me on this, but I heard somewhere that... I mean, if you go back like a century or whatever, maybe even not that far. I don't remember, but if you go back in time a bit, right? If you go back in time a bit, punning was part of kind of not upper class really, but if you had like an official business kind of job, like a doctor or something like that, you were kind of expected to be a good punner, and it was like an intellectual practice to do puns and to alleviate. It was part of that kind of thing. And the thing that I heard, where I don't remember from where, so don't quote me on it, but was that the reason why people groan on puns today is because of a shift that happened. Was it in the 60s? Where the bourgeoisie, the upper class was a bit... I mean, people didn't really look up to the upper class anymore. They started to not see them as the bastions of society and stuff like that. Since punning then was connected to the upper class, there was like a negative what do we call it? Reaction to it, and therefore is why people call groans now, and they're seen as low effort or something like that. I don't know. I can wait 4 turns without a heal. Yeah, we're fine. We even kicked in that heal. Perfect. Yeah, we're fine. What is the cooldown of this again? Like 15? So the cooldown starts immediately. I thought the cooldown was you do the 8 turns and then you get the cooldown. What was that? Slow? $15, $16. Let's be slowed. It's fine, we're slowed. Look at this. Full health. Very nice. Colgate in on tab says you can use charm to heal if you wish to avoid saturation. Wait, are these charms, do you mean? Yes, charm totems. Charm torque. Right, yes, we do have those. That's mitigation. And increasing armor mitigation as well. That's... oh, right, that's a damage thing. What is the range of it? Activation puts all charms. Because this can be useful as well. It doesn't say. Just say no healing. Alright. I like this boss. This boss... it's its own thing, right? Super exciting stuff. Right, we're fine. Man. Am I below 50%? What's 50% of 270? That's 135, so no. We must have had... yeah, the trigger must have happened now. Ooh, and that's a reason why we should have this to go over 50% all the time. Okay, I want to try this. Wait, what happened? Everything got 1 cooldown. What happened? Mine was replacing. Oh. Replacing takes a turn. That is why they are on one cooldown. Oh. Oh! It just has unlimited range? Oops. Damn it. Yeah, it seems like it has unlimited range. And that's the heal again. So that's full health. Get over here. Alright, this is going fine. This is going fine. Colgate says, or I guess they don't heal, but mitigation also ends up with higher life. Yeah, mitigation it's a different type of healing, right? It's in that category of things to do. I mean, it's semantically doesn't quite check out, but I mean, when I played World of Warcraft, I loved playing Disc Priest, Discipline Priest. Node Runner says, sometimes I enjoy being a jerk in games. I've been trying to enjoy that from time to time, but I just don't. I feel like I'm missing out. Do we need to do the last hit, do you think? Is that in Valheim still a Node Runner? Are you being a jerk in Valheim? I haven't looked enough in that game. Are there NPCs or is it a multiplayer game? From below it devours. Oh yeah. We're not dead. Perfect. Alright. Boss was fun. Option unlocked. New cosmetic race options. Facial. Alright, for female dwarves. You have saved the Iron Council from untold horrors from the deep. You may now create a female dwarf character sporting proudly facial pilosity? What does that mean? Pilosity? As the norm of the upper classes of the dwarven society. This has no effect on gameplay at all, but it is fun. Nice. This is only available to donators. Thanks for your support. Nice. I like this setup. I really like this setup as right, we add some features that are just available to donators. Huge tooth taken from the mouth in the deep below. Tooth of the mouth. Great. Oh, and a weapon. Is it an upgrade? No. Holy shit, that first weapon we found in the introduction. Wait, it has a lot of on hit. It has an 11% chance to reduce all saves and defenses by 10%. That is pretty good though, isn't it? Defense by 10, not percent, but 11% chance to reduce the defense. We also add +6 light damage and 6 mind damage. Am I reading that right? So it's +12 damage, which makes it to 24. +12. Actually, let's pick it up and check it. Pick up encumbrance. Yeah. I mean, oh, we got a dig speed thing. Take all the things. And then we throw something out if we're encumbered. Oh no, 122 of 131. That's fine, we're fine. Snowrunner says, nope, I'm playing Legends of Aria mod called Legends of Ultima. Oh, right. He says, I'm such a notorious thief that all the players swear in my general direction as I walk through town. Ooh, is it a role-playing thing? Sounds like fun. Oh. That's what was the problem with it. The weapon is one-handed, Golgitinotap pointed out. That is why it was so low damage. That's sad. So, wait, no? What am I looking at? That's not a... Here we go. Duskrune, War Axe. One-handed. It's such a great War Axe, though. Or a one-hander. Because I'm... Wait, where? No. That's a different one. Yeah, this is a different one, isn't it? Yeah, temporal damage. Interesting. No Donner says it's not a role-playing thing. There's actually stealing in this game. Yeah, as part of the game, that's great. But the stealing itself, right? It's kind of like role-playing a thief, I suppose. And it's... I like that kind of game. I still feel like... Yeah. Game with stealing from other players. It's not done enough, in my opinion. I want to see more stealing in games. Alright, and this is... I can use this how many times I want, right? The Rod of Recall, it's just here for me. It's like a health, so I don't have to run all the way back. There is no... Yeah, I can use it whenever. Ah, after 40 turns. Nice. So I can't do it mid-fight. Activation costs 202 power. Out of 404. What does that mean, though? 202 power? No, don't remove it from the hotkeys. Alright. So now we... Not move to, we wait. Rest a while. Oh, it's like a cooldown thing. 239. 240. 241. Yeah, it's a cooldown thing. Wait a minute. No, it's not a role-playing a thief. I am a thief. Yeah. In a game, so you're playing a role-playing game, no? But I see the distinction, I understand. You're a thief in the game. But it's part of the game, so I don't know if I agree with you being a jerk. Maybe, I suppose. It's a very specialized class that I built, says Nodrunner. Sounds fucking great, man. And the other players aren't role-playing either. They're actually pissed at me. And yeah, I can see them being pissed at you. Oh, there is this... I remember in... there's this kind of unwritten rule. Written down? No, it's a written down rule. It's just... It's not part of the thing, but it's a guideline in EVE Online. Never show your salt. Never show your salt. Don't leave anything out. Don't. Is there any way for them to keep something safe for you, or can you steal like whatever from them? Because there are safe spots in EVE, right? You could grab a thing and put it in a safe spot. Are there safe spots in that game? You can do it mid-fight, just gotta chill for a while before it takes effect, says Colgate on tap. Yeah. 40 turns? It was 40 turns, right? After 40 turns, yes. Nerdrunner says, yeah, there's lots of ways for them to keep things safe from me. Then it's all part of the game, right? I can understand being salty if you just come up and steal their stuff, but it's part of the game. It's part of what makes the game fun. It's the danger. Yeah, like if they put an item in the bank, I can't get to it, says Nerdrunner. Exactly. There we go. Then it's like, you're not a jerk. It's them who are being pissed for you enjoying your way of playing the game. And I would argue that probably Nordrunner says, yeah, it's all part of the game. I mean, I understand you get an emotional response when your things get stolen, and that sucks for them, right? It sucks for them when these things get stolen. Nordrunner says, I'm not breaking the rules. Exactly. It's part of the game, and you're playing the way that you enjoy playing the game. And that is frustrating to them. But being pissed at you? That's like saying, your fun is wrong. I find that interesting. Your fun is wrong. I think that it comes from a feeling of entitlement. Right, there is this. That's why I've been talking so much about objective and subjective morality, right? I think that if you have an attitude, like if you think in the terms of stuff being right and wrong, that type of thinking is that your morality is like it's objectively true. And if you have that feeling, if you have that worldview, that belief that whatever you value, right? Whatever your values are. So then they come up with the thing that, well, if you have that attitude, then anyone breaking from what you want to see and want to do, then all of them are wrong, and you somehow get angry at the person for having fun in a different manner than you, that some person is different than you, and that pisses me off a little bit. And I would tell them, please defend your worldview. You can't do it. I know you can't do it, because I've fucking tried. But yeah, still, I would be happy if they manage to. I don't see them doing that though. Breaking Hume's guillotine, I don't see anyone breaking that, not in my lifetime. But who knows? It would be interesting. It would be super fucking interesting. More interesting than finding life on Mars, even. Nerdrunner says, I think it's because they're taking it personally. What does that even mean? Take it personally? I mean, they are persons. Here we go. Nerdrunner says, like if someone steals from you, it feels targeted against you. Oh yes, of course. It's the what's it called? Where we see the world from our perspective, right? It's easy to become wrapped up in ego and misinterpret the intent of other people. That's very common, right? Misinterpreting the intent of other people, thinking that I'm stealing from you because I want to hurt you. That's not why people do stuff. I'm stealing from you because right? Every person is the main character of their own life. Me stealing from you is not about you. It's about me. Alright, so we sell all... Ah, here we go. That was the... Oh, wait, it is a two-hander? No. Does it have any... It says flaming. Ah, there. Damage, radius 1 on hit plus 9 fire. That has got to be an upgrade. I missed that thing, I think. We can sell the dagger. We don't want that. We want to sell that. What are maces? Maces are two-handers. We sure want to sell all of them. Maybe not that one. Let's check that out. Sell this. Wait. Want to see that again. Does it have anything special on it? No. We sell that. Don't want the Mind Star. We don't want the slaves. And this, that's a lot of money. Very nice. But like, where does that come from, right? It feels personally. And I mean, I can't really blame someone for... I mean, that makes sense to me, right? That in there, they taking it personally, again, is not about you. It's about them taking it. They get an emotional response and get angry about it. And I don't see any issue with that. Alright, Node Runner says it works like this. There's skills like hiding, snooping, stealing, and stealth. You can level skills from 0 to 100, but there's skill caps, so you need to specialize each character. Nice. Very nice. I spent time to become an expert at each of these skills. Hiding allows you to go invisible. Stealth lets you move while invisible. Snooping lets you look through people's pockets. And stealing gives you a chance to take things from them. Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun. How do they know that it's you doing it, though? Do they get a report? Or is it just gone from their inventory? That's kind of... I couldn't play that game. I would need to have like some sort of report that it has happened. Otherwise I would be like, wait, where did I put this thing? Where is it? It's gone. And then I would look for it, and that would be super annoying. I would not enjoy that type of gameplay. I would want to get the knowledge. Oh, the stuff has been stolen. Like, I would say that I have never had anything stolen from me, personally, in my real life. But I've lost a great many things. I've misplaced a great many things. So... Well, actually, yes. Few things. But it's been like... people borrowing and not giving back kind of deal. Rather than stealing. I think one time I've been stolen from. Yeah, one time I've been stolen from. Hey, look at that. It was an addict. That was still not a big deal. Blasphemous says, I think my ex stole my PSP. Oh man, was that a thing just to... Was it to hurt you, or was it to... like out of spite? I got the feeling that I was being stolen from one of my exes, but that wasn't really what happened. That wasn't really what happened, no. It was her thing, it was just she never used it, she never had any use of it, of the thing at all. when she broke up, she kept it. And it felt like she kept it just to spite me because, as I said, she had no use of the thing. Oh, we don't have any. Perfect. It wasn't theft, you know. Well, kinda, right? It was a Wii, and I had bought all the games, and she kept, since it was her console and lots of the games was her, but she kept all the games. Then I felt, this sucks. Part of me thought it was out of spite, but maybe not. Maybe not. Node Runner continues. So if you find a target, hide yourself, walk up to them and start snooping. They can't be moving at this point. Yeah. They have to stand still as well. Nice. Pick an item to steal and there's a random chance you're successful, but regardless, you've revealed and become visible at this point. Oh, right, so you can only steal the one thing. You need to then run away and re-hide before they call the guards or kill you. If they're AFK, there's a good chance that they'll come back with an empty inventory. Right. Yeah, but then that's on them, right? Yeah, if you're AFK and come back and your inventory is empty, then you don't steal just a little bit of things. Steal a lot of things. Blasphemous says, who knows, she was crazy. I don't know. Was she? Are you sure she was crazy? Blasphemous says, in real life, when someone does something I do not like, I just assume they are incompetent rather than being intentional. Yeah, that's... Never attribute malice to something that can be explained by ignorance. I go by that as well, because it's... Attributing malice, it's almost never the case. And it's... Well, as you know, I really like the principle of charity, because it's better to assume the best about someone and be mistaken rather than assuming the worst about someone and treating them badly because of it. Because that is what happened, right? When you assume the worst, you will treat them the worst as well, which leads to a eye for an eye kind of thing. I mean, if someone is being a jerk towards me, I'll start being less friendly against them, right? That's just the way of the world, how it works. So if you assume that they're not being a jerk, but they're being ignorant, then you can be empathetic instead of being a jerk right back. That's the way I see it. Blasphemous says, I assume the worst, but do not treat him badly. Yeah, I mean, there's two different things there, right? There's assuming about a person's intentions, but assuming about actual consequences. We can assume the worst. We can assume the best of intentions, that the person has the best of intentions. We can also assume that they are incompetent and that the consequences will be bad. Murphy's Law, as they say in Ireland. Murphy was an optimist. Nodrunner says, people sometimes hide themselves when they go AFK. Yeah. There's a skill called Detect Hidden, which can be used to detect thieves, or used by thieves to find AFK players and steal from them. Some of my most valuable items were stolen from hidden players. Nice. One time I found a dude hidden behind a player's house. I stole an entire house deed from him. You stole a fucking house? Did you stole the contents of the house then as well? Did the house just become yours? Or what happened? That sounds like great fun. I remember that kind of cat and mouse you're talking about. That's very similar to what I enjoyed in Eve. They have these black holes that are like instances where you don't have a proper map and you don't know if there's any players nearby and stuff like that. And in these areas, there's a lot of valuable things that one can find and loot. And I mean, there's a lot of valuable stuff, right? So I liked going into those places because you don't know if anyone is nearby. And just looking for all the stuff. Other people enjoyed going into those places and just hunting for other players. That cat and mouse thing. Like hiding and show hidden. So there was this whole gameplay aspect where they were scanning the area with their bots and trying to find, oh, there's a player here somewhere, and then they're trying to search them down, and then they're trying to get to jump on the person while me then, I usually did some mining in there, right? I'm mining asteroids and just keeping my eye out and just scanning a little bit myself, see if someone else, like trying to find if someone else is there, if someone is looking for me. If I find them, I just try to bolt out as fast as I can. Something like that. So much fun, that type of gameplay. It's just sucks that the mining is boring, but it has to be that way in Eve. There's a lot of problems with Eve. This game sounds like fun, Node Runner. It was an unplaced house. There were no contents. Alright, so the deed is how you steal the house, but you don't have a deed for a placed house. Gotcha. Can you break into a house? Somebody else's house? But yes, I actually stole a house. Oh man, that must have been such an adrenaline rush. Such a good time. Is that heal 66? It was this mana surge. That's gotta be mana regeneration. I don't even have any mana, so we don't need that. We sell that. Shielding rune, absorb 50. I'm pretty sure we have absorb way more. Yeah, way more. We sell all of these things. We found a lot of pickaxes. No need of saving the arrows. What's this? Brass lantern? Wait, I think these are... Found a lot of these things. So, maximum life plus 40. Let's wear that. It was right here. Light radius plus 3. Oh. Very nice. No says, yeah, you can follow another player into their house while hidden. That's a rush. Can they lock you in there and kill you? Is that the thing? Or can you always get out if you go in? Are you always is it always possible to get out? Right, so this is type light, and this is charms. Right, and we have different pickaxes. Wait. Oh, is that the pickaxe thing? Wait. Pickaxe is a tool digger. Oh, the pickaxe is, it takes the totem slot, the charm slot. I get it. Actually, keeping all of these is not gonna work for me. Switching them around, taking a full turn just to use one of them? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna use one. When wielded, we get plus armor penetration, Plus damage when hit. Wait, Draining Blight? Wait, is that a Thorns thing? Tooth of the Mouth? Yes. So when they hit me, they take 10 Draining Blight damage. Right, Colgate in on tap if you're still here. Or anyone who played that game. Damage when hit, that's gotta be Thorns damage. They take. Oh, thanks, Colgate in on tap. So this is fucking great. This is a great find. Changes damage, plus 5% blight. That just... And we get plus 1 dig. No, Donner says, it's always possible to get out, yeah. They could lock you in temporarily, but I never bring valuable with me, so even if they killed me, it wouldn't matter. Oh? So wait. What's the risk for you then? Like you have to bring some stuff, right? To be a thief? $15 AP is quite a lot, says Colgate in on tap. AP? Armor penetration, yes. I mean, that's just passive, right? It just gives me armor penetration. Yeah, this... I think we're keeping this for a while, and I'm actually considering selling all of these things. Nodrunner says there's no risk for me. I mean, that's kind of... I mean... I would consider that boring game design. Like, if there's no penalty to dying... Yeah, it costs me time and effort. Yeah, but like they should be able to gain something. You should be... I'm thinking, well, should. I mean, I haven't played the game. I'm just thinking that if they turn the tables on you, if you steal from them and they notice you and they manage to kill you, they should be able to pick up all your... I mean, whatever you stole, and they should get back, right? And maybe... Yeah, I'm just thinking game design. I'm not saying that this is the way it should be or has to be or anything like that. I would enjoy it more if they can turn the tables, take their stuff back, and that you would have to bring some kind of thieves' tools or whatever that are valuable so they can earn from you, right? It's a risk-reward kind of thing. Nodrunner says you've got to be really patient to sit outside someone's house until they come home, and if they kill you after all that effort, it is kind of a waste. Yeah, I suppose. Invested time. Oh, they can always take their stuff back if they kill you. Right. And you're not running around completely naked. I'm guessing they can take your stuff as well when they kill you. You're not running, yeah, not completely naked. What is this? Acidic pouch of iron shots. I'm guessing that is in this slot. I wish this text, the info text, ended up on the right side of the mouse instead. I want to see, like, where does it fit? Actually, I can just try this. Wheel wear. Yeah, it ended up right there. Powered by arcane forces. We can just wear that. We get rid of this. We get rid of this. Maybe we keep the the mitigation thing. This is just damage. Screw that. Actually, screw all of those. Screw all this. I just want that and nothing else. Yeah, sell all the stuff. Get rid of it. Yeah, get rid of all the things. Away with you. I don't want you. There we go. We're gone. And away with you. Is this the diggability? This has to be the diggability. Very nice. No, Donner says, I kind of like being naked. I mean, I do too, but my point is that you need to bring, in the game, I'm not talking about real life, in the game you have to bring some gear? Or could you just unequip everything and bring nothing and still manage to steal? Like you need a bag, right? I'm guessing you don't need a big bag. I don't know. Alright, we checked the journal, so we're done. From below, it devours. Escape from Ragnar. Alright. It doesn't update when you finish the quest, it just says the quest is done. No runner says in the game you don't have to bring any gear, you can be a naked thief. Few items can be blessed so they can never leave you, they can never be stolen, aren't dropped when you die, etc. Oh. 62 world map. World map. Interesting stuff. Your inventory is inventory bag is always on you, not really an item. Alright. Blasphemous says, if a naked thief was in my house, I would be afraid that they were trying to rape me. Yeah. Well, if a stranger was in my house that weren't invited, I would be afraid that they were there to hurt me in any way. Right. Fucked up shit, eh? Oh man, that's an image I never had before. Just think of waking up, middle of the night, hearing some sound, going out, leaving the bedroom, going into your living room, turning on the light, and there's a naked person stealing your TV. What the fuck, man? What is happening? What is happening? No, Donner says you can have bags in your main bag, but they're not needed. Well, 15 inventory slots is not a lot. Wait. You said 15, right? Or did I imagine that? I feel like I imagined that. Yeah, I did imagine that. It's just... Colgate in on tab says charitable interpretation. They are probably there to help you. Well, help is only help if it is requested, right? Do you want some help? Yes. Any other... If you're trying to help anyone any other way and it's not requested, then it's not really help. Right? Wouldn't you agree, Colgate in on tap? Actually, that's quite an interesting distinction. Never thought about it that way before, but it has to be that way, doesn't it? Wait, this is the dig ability. I can remove that. But it has to be that way, right? It takes two to be able to be in a situation of help. So if someone... You cannot do that on the world map, alright. Ooh, interesting. Last Hope Town. Oh, I could go over here. Interesting. What's this? Entrance to some ancient elven ruins. Minimum level 43. Yeah, I'm not going in there. Like, so what do you call it? Like, if that is not considered help, when we're trying to allied patrol, nice. If we're trying to improve someone else's life without like a wait, what's this? Troll. I'm not using filthy magic. Today is the 9th prophet of the hundreds. Alright. Oh, nope. Don't want to. Wait. Ah, he was in the way? No? Why are we not walking this way? Here we go. Blasphemous. They can help me by putting their clothes on and going outside. Yes, exactly, Blasphemous. Colgateinotab says, I don't know, I'd appreciate if somebody warned me about some oncoming threat without me explicitly asking about it. Yeah, I would appreciate. That's why I'm thinking that. You can auto-explore in the world map too? Oh, well, we might as well do that. Oh, nice. Just explore the whole thing. Oh. Interesting terrain. Like all the stuff shows up on the map, right? And we can press... No? Ah, yeah. Oh, wow. The map is big. Actually, where did I come from? I don't remember. Somewhere here, probably? Ah, wait, I can... No. Wait. Ah, here, I came from here. Alright. So yeah, like intervening in someone else's life is what I'm thinking about. Like, that is what they do then, right? I'd appreciate it if someone warned me about an incoming threat. And there can be like implied invitations, right? Like if you're falling down, breaking your legs, someone shows up and starts lifting you up, or you like giving you, wait, even worse. Like if someone gives you the Heimlich maneuver when you're dying, right? I would assume that that type of help is... No, I would probably call it something different. It's a beneficial intervention that was not asked for. Because it was them deciding for themselves that they needed to give you some sort of aid. Yeah, let's call it aid. I don't know. Colgateinotab says it's disturbing personal space. Exactly. When you're not invited into the personal space of helping someone. Right? Like the naked thief. He might have felt like he was there to try to help you. But that... Unless you agree that is not what's happening, right? Unwanted aid? Maybe just call it unwanted help? I don't know. No Donor says this game kinda reminds me of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. I have not played a single Pokemon game. Oh, hello cat. Yeah. Do you want to... Here, come here. Gotta give him some space. You good? Oh. think he's recovering. I think he's been a little bit ill for a couple of days. But I think he's starting to feel better. That's interesting. Is there like is there a way to semantically express those differences? Or do you just have to, is help just like an umbrella term, and then you have to call it like help or aid, something like that, and then you would have to add the what do you call it? Asked for, invited, appreciated? I don't know. Alright, Colgate on tab says, a naked thief. But he's not a thief then, right? If he's helping you, he's not a thief. Naked thief warning you about violent revolution taking place where all the people will sacrifice you for puppies. It's a pretty grey area. Yeah, right? It becomes weird. It becomes weird. The whole idea of help becomes weird. So many assumptions. Oh my, the naked thief is named Guybrush Threepwood. Wait, was he? I don't remember that. Sacrifice you for puppies? Oh man. That's a game one could replay, probably. Alright, it's time to explore some new places. Dark, forgotten and dangerous ones. The old forest just southeast of the town of Dearth. The maze is west of Dearth. Sandworm Lair, the far west of Dearth, near the sea. The eastern borders of the Talorian forest. So wait, Dearth is where we came from? No? This is the Iron Council. Is this Dearth? Lost Hope? I'm confused. Sigurd? Like, how do I know where I'm going? Noderunner says, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty naked thief. It did become naked, right? Fuck, I don't remember a lot of that game at all. Terrible memory. I remember, now that I think about it, I remember that first conversation you had with the Smee character. Terrible at names. One of the dudes after... I played the one... Curse of the Monkey Island is the one that I played. No, wait. Yeah, the one where it's not the first one. It's like the second or third one or something like that. There's this dude who's being pissed off. If you say another word, I will... And then you say, word. And that joke was the first time I heard that joke. Just being obnoxious. If I hear another peep out of you, I will... Then... Peep? Alright, I'm super confused. Let's enter the town. What's in here? It's just the same. What's this? The Elder? Let's go and talk to the Elder. Wait. All hail King Tolak the Fair. Twice blessed is he of the union of King Toknor of the humans and Queen Minerva of the halflings. Praise his glory. By royal decree it is under absolute conditions forbidden to show racial prejudice against humans or halflings. There shall be no preference of price or service, and no discrimination of trade or business employment. No halfling should be named Furtos, Midget, or Short Bum. And no human should be named Lanklegs, Cloudhead, or Stumpfoot. The penalty for disobedience shall be flogging. Intolerance will not be tolerated. Nice. Nice. Right? What about dwarves? Welcome, Maj'Eyal, to Last Hope, Traveler. Please be quick, as my time is precious. Nothing, excuse me, bye. Okay, so there's just a lot of stores here. Right. No, wait. The store does not appear to be open yet. Rich merchant. Man talks to you from inside the door, half open. His voice is sad. Sorry, the store is closed. Wait, is all the store closed? No. Where we have service, good dwarf. Nothing. Bye. Right. So I mean, it wants me to go. Where does it want me to go? Wait, what is this? Ah. Half-dead lumberjack. Before you stands a man, covered in dirt and blood. He's out of breath and half mad. Please, you must help. It is slaughtering everybody in my village. Please. He points his finger at the nearby forest. I will go there and see what I can do. The beast within. Oh, finally, a new quest. Nordrunner says, Guybrush Threepwood, mighty naked thief, known across the lands as that annoying dude who just randomly pops out of nowhere and runs away with your stuff. When is Dwarf Fortress going to release on Steam? I've been waiting for over a year just to give money to a game I can get anytime for free. I still haven't played that. That's another game that I what's it called? Neglected. So, doesn't he have like a Patreon or something? Something similar, like a PayPal, whatever? Just some way to just throw money at him, or no? Yeah, I heard about that a long time ago. I thought it already came out. I'm actually considering buying it as well, because you get the... what's it called? You get graphics packs, right? ASCII art is a little bit too... I don't know. No, it says I want to own it on Steam though. Ah, right, of course. Yes, you're running everything through Steam, right? Blasphemous says release date, time is subjective. And Nodrunner links the exact same thing. Time is subjective. Right, I love that. Humans can't even tell time. Can't even say what time is. What is time? I don't fucking know. Weird fucking thing. You quote one of my piece of lyric that I really like. Where is the future? There is no present. No, wait. Where is the future? There is no past. Only the present. It will not last. Man, I love that quote. Great fucking song. Where is the future? Yeah, exactly, Node Runner. That's kind of why I want to get the Steam version. I mean, I know you can change it in the game. I haven't played it myself. I've looked into it a little bit, and I know you can change from ASCII without too much of an issue, but the default on Steam won't be, right? They built the whole official graphics back. Exactly. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Not over there. You're not allowed there. Nope. Damn cat. Alright, new quest. Let's check the quest. The beast within. You met a half-mad lumberjack fleeing a small village, rambling about an untold horror lurking there, slaughtering the people. Alright. So where's that? It's here, right? Minimal level 8. There we go. Change the level. You hear screaming not too far from you. Is this timed? Am I in some kind of hurry? Wait. There it is. A lumberjack falls to the ground dead. Over and over. Like a lot of them just falls to the ground dead. Ben Kruthadar, the Cursed. Why did he say it? It's a person, isn't it? It's a boss as well. It's a two-handed axe. That sounds interesting. Please drop that two-handed axe for me. Gloomy aura. There we go. Node has also been waiting for RetroArch to come out on Steam. They released a test version, but that's also been years of waiting for a project that already exists somewhere else. Yeah, I've heard of it. Haven't paid a lot of attention to it though. Oh. Blindside? Nice. So we start out by just tanking the dude, right? Or do we want to let him hit us first? He has an aura of some sort. Fuck, I forgot to turn on Berserker Rage. But that's free, right? Instantaneous travel and usage is instantaneous. Nice. Turn that on. Turn on resilience of the dwarves. And then we try to stun him. And he misses. And attack. Did he happen now? Dominate. That's mental. Brain locked. Random talent unavailable. It's so weird. Oh, that's the one. Can't rush. Alright, it seems like we're just winning. Yeah, we're just winning. It's fine. Ben lies defeated at your feet. Thank you for saving me from the curse. I did not want for this to... He coughs one last time and dies. A smile on his face as his curse is gone. Oh. So we probably could, if we were like some sort of mage or clerical thing, we could have probably just decursed him. Right? Ben Kruthadar the Cursed. If we had some curse removal, we could probably have done that. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Node says RetroArch on Steam also has a mild problem. It's packaged in an app image. Wait, RetroArch on Steam also has a mild problem. It's packaged in an app image, but app image don't work on Steam in a Flatpak. Speaking of Steam in a Flatpak, Valve just released the Steam Link streaming app. Natively for Linux and packaged this as a Flatpak. Oh man. What's the difference between Flatpak and app images again? App images don't work on Steam in a Flatpak. That's so weird. Wait, oh, so you have Steam as a Flatpak. Is that what you're saying, Nodrunner? And you can't run app images from within that Flatpak. Is that what you were saying? I was confused. I've just released the Steam Links streaming app. What is that then? Is it like instead of OBS? Similar to OBS? It's like running a container in a container. Yeah, it seems weird. Rest in peace. The beast within is done. Curse Lifter. Killed Ben Kuthadar the Cursed. Options unlocked. New class. Cursed. Afflicted. Oh, we got a new class. Cool. It's containers all the way down. Alright, so you're running Steam in a Flatpak. Does that mean that all your Steam games are containerized? And that means that all the dependencies become containerized? All the 32 libraries. Are all those part of your container then? Or how does that work? Still haven't learned about that enough. Through ignorance, greed, or folly, the cursed served some dark design and are now doomed to pay for their sins. Their only master now is the hatred they carry for every living being. Drawing strength from the death of all they encounter, the cursed become terrifying combatants. Worse, any who approach the cursed can be driven mad by their terrible aura. Some of them, however, strive to redeem their faults by using their cursed powers to battle evil. You have lifted the curse of Ben Kruthadar. You can now create characters with the cursed class. Cursed are heavy melee warriors, focusing all their hatred into their blows. Engulf your foes in your gloom, weakening, confusing, and stunning, and damaging them. Hunt your prey, tracking them down and marking them for death. Powerful melee combatant, the cursed use hate as a resource that grows after they kill their foes, and decrease while standing idle. Most of their talents are more effective with high hate. I would assume so. Nodrunner says the Steam Link app lets you stream games to other devices. Oh, right. So you could have your games and whatnot installed on your gaming PC, but stream them and play them on a non-gaming platform laptop or Raspberry Pi. Like the other streaming platform. I tried before I got this computer, I tried the GeForce Live one. Where you can just put your Steam library into it. I'm guessing that the Steam Link app is just you have your own server instead of some server way off, having all that latency, making it impossible to stream that stuff. Stream link. I like that. I think I'm gonna set that up. Yeah. Setting that up seems like a good idea. Like I'm thinking of my nephew again, right? I have my PlayStation at the other place, but I can't play any games on this computer on him. I would have to move all the furniture around, and that would suck. But what I could do is just send it to my other computer. And play, so I can play it here, but just sending it to the other device. Or even, and also I could buy a Raspberry Pi and send it somewhere else. That's an interesting app. Thanks for bringing it up, Nordrunner. Gives me an idea of a project. Well, I'm still completely stuck in the Gen 2 world. I've screwed too many things up. I think I broke it. Well, I broke it a little bit and I don't know how I did, so I need to backtrack and see what mistakes I made. Well, I had a bad approach. Yeah, I had a bad approach, so I, like a lot of things, I got them functioning, but not working properly, so there's a lot of stuff going on that I have no idea what I broke. No, there's stream games. Alright, we saw that. Blasphemous. I wish I could have gotten the actual Steam Link device when they were on a clearance for a couple of dollars. Oh, they have a device as well, so you can just connect to a TV, right? Blasphemous. No, it's kind of like that, but you use it over the LAN. LAN? Yes, exactly. Local area network. Exactly. Colgate InnoTab says you're level 8. Yes! It just dinged. Blasphemous says PS4. Wait, what? What are you talking about, Blasphemous? PS4 what? No, Donner said Steam recently added the ability to use remote play together with anyone through the web browser. Ooh, cool. You can send a link to your family member and play a game with you on your PC locally over the net. Nice. Yeah, PlayStation 4. Yes, I have a PlayStation 4 in the other room that I'm playing. I'm using that to play with my nephew. PlayStation 4 indeed. I have a PlayStation 1 laying around somewhere as well, but I don't know where that is. I don't even know if it works anymore. So Steam recently added the ability to use remote play together with anyone, said Nodrunner before, through the web browser. So I can send a URL to them, which is a local URL, right? Within the local area network. You can send a link to them. They can open that link and the game, it will open in the browser. Just like the GeForce Now worked in the browser as well, in a similar manner. Yeah. And you can play a game with them on your PC locally over the net. Wait, remote play together. But that's like... it's still just one screen. Right? It's not too separate. It's just them being invited into your actual game. So it has to be like the one process that you're both taking part in if you have that type of multiplayer game. Most games nowadays don't have that type of multiplayer in them though, right? Or am I misunderstanding? Oh, they had a device, says Blasphemous. Not anymore. They put most of their hardware on clearance and discontinued them. Right. Blasphemous says, have you tried the PS4 Remote Play app? Not yet, no. It supposedly works with Wine. Wait, I thought there was a Linux one. PS4 Remote Play that you didn't have to run with Wine. I don't remember. But that, I mean, it's... I have no plans on doing it for quite a while. I have so many games to play on the computer, so I don't really need to put in the PS4 yet. If I run out of games, then maybe, but I don't know if that will ever happen. Maybe. We'll see how the Neo 2 will work, because I know I want to play Neo 2. Maybe that would be better to get on the PS4 and sending over. No Donor says, I have 2 Steam Link devices. They're quite good. Not too bad that they are discontinued then. No Donor says, no, it's an internet URL. But it has to be local multiplayer. Yes, like split screen. Blasphemous says, yes, there's also Chiaki. Yes, that's, exactly, that's the one I was thinking about. That is the one that I would try to use rather than PS4 Remote Play in Wine. Alright. The remaining lumberjacks collect some gold to thank you. Thanks. Oh, right. Give me this new... oh. Oh! The looting thing is not about being encumbered. It's about a lot of stuff. And you can pick and choose which you want to loot. You don't have to pick up everything if you don't want to. There's this flaming battle axe. Has a little bit less damage, but it has... Wait. +2 crit chance, +1 armor penetration. Plus, here we go, +4.5. Whoop. How we feel? Nope. It's just running past. Trying to jump on my mouse mat. He's been on it for sure. He looked so comfortable getting on it. Needs to know that that is not allowed. It's not allowed. So +4% crit chance. Same attack speed. Ah, there we go. +9 fire. So it has more damage. So we equip that. What about this one? It has accuracy bonus +0.2. Wait, what's the accuracy bonus? Oh, it's the same. Alright, I need to do this to do the comparison. Alright, the comparison becomes way easier. Alright, there's no changes. Just you lose the fire and lose some damage on this axe, so that's no fun. I'm guessing having some... What does that mean, by the way? Damage radius 1 on hit? Does that mean it's like an AoE fire on a lot of people? No Donor says... I'll get you on tap answered. Yes, it's AoE. Oh, thank you. There's the Steam streaming feature used to be LAN only, but now it can do both. Says No Donor. Nice. It auto detects the shortest route. Oh, so you don't even have to configure it. If you are on a local area network, it connects through the local area network. Well, that seems weird. It auto detects the shortest route. Sounds great. Sounds great indeed. Alright, you're in the way, cat. He doesn't care. He just wants the cuddles. He wants the cuddles. Alright, wait, actually, let's check. What else did we pick up? Nothing else? Oh, some armor. What about this? 9 armor? That has to be an upgrade, right? No? Wait. -4 armor. Plus 12. Wait, no. No, it's worse. It's worse. That was a short quest. No, Donner says, yes, exactly. Oh, so the Steam Link is just a great fucking app. And they released it as a flat pack, you said. Oh, but I can just... you're all in the way. Could you... Thanks? Wait, can I talk to someone in here first, by the way? Or was that just... Ah, here we go. Just empty buildings. And if we press... Wait. Reason. Add door. Oh, so there is a door here. We can't talk to anybody, right? Alright. You're in the way, cat. Damn it. I don't see anything. We're at a door. So we open the door. Nothing there. Actually, let's just use the mouse. Auto explore. Alright, this was... Oh, right. Almost forgot. Thanks for looking out. I'll get in on tap. I almost forgot this again. Hello, Raiders. That's blasphemous. Oh, hello, Raiders. Wait. Is there a raid going on? My chat. WeChat didn't say anything about that. That's interesting. Interesting indeed. So, what are we doing? We're getting more strength. 27. We want this to be up at 20. Oh! Level 8. We got a lot of stats here, eh? Call get in on tab says, hi, Raid. Oh. Nice to see you, Raiders. From wherever you came. Just... My chat looks like... Oh, fuck. Screwed that up. This is what my chat looks like. Oh. So I don't see anything about any raid. Which is kind of weird. Alright. Move back. Also, I've got a cat in the middle of the way. Here we go. So, more stats. We're at 20 and 30. Perfect. That looks great, right? And we got some generic points to spend. What else did we get? We got something here. Thick skin. Your skin becomes more resilient to damage. Increases resistances to all damage by 4%. Node Runner says, yeah, I think that's one of the problems with using IRC. Ah, I mean, it's fine. Yeah, but you miss out like on the... Alright, so you miss out on Steam notifications and you miss out on... what's it called? Seeing actual emotes. Kind of sad, I suppose. What's this? Stone skin. First, talent level 1. Talent category... Alright, here we go. Passive. Dwarf skin is a complex structure. It can automatically react to physical blows and harden itself. When you are hit in melee, you have a 15% chance to increase your armor by... Wait. Oh, it's a passive one. When you are hit, you have a 15% chance to increase your armor by total by 6 for 5 turns and fully ignore the attack triggering it. Wait, so I have a 15% chance of not taking any damage? Physical blows, though. There is no cooldown to this effect. It can happen while already active. Nodrunner says, remember that one time I sent a raid your way? Yes, I do remember. I tried to get him to think about Hume's guillotine, but no one was interested. I don't understand. I thought everybody loved philosophy. Big part of society, philosophizing, thinking about morality and ethics and stuff like that, right? So, what do you ask, Nodrunner? Did you send another raid my way? Since the raid, that streamer cheated on her husband with her mod, and now she's getting a divorce, apparently. Oof. Sucks for her and him. Probably the mod too, right? Maybe not. That's interesting. Like, I can't really emphasize with that. Like, cheating. Like, I have difficulty just being with one person, right? Nodrunner said, I read that drama in Discord and I noped out of there. Yeah. What do we have? It just increases the... Does not increase the percent chance. Just one. But that seems like a no-brainer. 50% chance not to take any damage and getting some extra armor. It's perfect. No-brainer. Some people, I guess some people do enjoy drama. Makes them feel alive, I suppose. So maybe it doesn't suck for them. I mean, there are intense emotions involved, right, in that type of drama. And maybe even though it hurts a little bit, maybe there is some sort of enjoyment. Like, there's stuff changing, stuff happens. Like, I'm a creature of habit. I like habits. I like when stuff are samey. Like, today was samey from yesterday, kinda, right? I like that kind of thing. But I can also imagine, like, I don't want that all the time. Sometimes I want some excitement, right? I suppose. That's... I'm guessing people that there is maybe a conscious or even subconscious or conscious need of just needing stuff to happen, some dramatic excitement. And I'm guessing, like in a marriage and whatnot, stuff can easily become stale for that type of person. I'm guessing that's the type of personalities that would go for, what's it called, an open marriage? Pretty sure. Where you can go out dating even though you're still married without any issue. I would probably go for that for them. It's probably a good idea. Cunning, what was this? You see creatures in a... Even outside if you're late. No, I don't care about that. Don't care about that at all. Oh, Nodrunner says, I assume she was going to get a divorce at some point anyways. She was just looking for an out. Perhaps. See that happening as well. I think there's a lot of... I don't know. I mean, I haven't been in any other, like, romantic, that type of relationships other than my own. But I get the feeling that it's very common to be bad at communication. Like, it's a meme, right? Because that's the psychologists, what they say all the time. It's all about communication. And it's like everybody knows it somehow. It seems like it's common knowledge, but it's... Like, you hear it all the time, that communication is key. And yet, I think there's way too little communication. Introspection and communication. Like, not only communicating to your partner, but communicating within yourself, right? If you have the need, like, I can imagine like super extroverts or something like that has the need to meet and date and fool around with new people. Have that fresh in love feeling, right? Having the crush. And that is part of their personal needs. And that somehow, like, that type of behavior is so fucking stigmatized, right? So it becomes difficult to communicate about it if you have that need. You could build a relationship with that as the context, right? Couldn't you? Alright, description. We got a new death dance. Spin around, extending your weapon in a radius 2 and damaging all targets around you for 175 weapon damage. And it costs 39 stamina. At level 3, all damage done will also make the targets bleed for an additional 37 damage over 5 rounds. Wait, what's that? This is 120. This is 175. We get all that range. The range is good. The bleed would be nice as well. Is there any bleed any other way? Can I get bleeds? I mean, we unlock it. It seems like. Oh fuck. Do I need a calculator for this game? Like, what's the damage per stamina here? I don't think I have a calculator in here. Well, I have BC, I suppose. So if we... Wait, no, not like that. Like this. And then we... Right, we can just... Oh, what was it I was looking for again? Damn it, that didn't work. So if we change you to be that way and we move you this way and we there. Fuck. Was hoping this was gonna work. Ah, what if we do this? What am I looking for? Ah, here we go. No, can't mouse over the thing. Oh, it's screwed up. Alright. Was kinda like... I don't like memorizing stuff. Ugh. Right, Node Runner says, communication is important, but it's wild how warped your perspective can get, making your communication warped as well. Yes, exactly. Yeah, all right. So maybe the problem is not communication. Maybe the problem is introspection. Like you said, like your perspective can be, I'm guessing that this need of being in love in the crush kind of sense, not the building kind of love, but the just... exciting kind of fresh love kind of way, that way more people has that need, but since it's stigmatized, their perspective and their introspection is so warped that they don't even admit it to themselves. They're not aware that is something, that a need that they have. Colgate on tab says the second talent has higher damage per stamina than the yeah, the second talent has higher damage. But the third one has higher damage per turn. Yes, alright. And if we level it up, we get the bleed as well to make it even more damage, right? And we have the extra range. Does it have a cooldown? It has a 10 cooldown. So I actually kind of feel like the Fearless Cleave is more valuable. I mean, the bleed is fine and all that, and the range is fine as well. But so much, it's too much AoE. I think it's maybe unlocking it just to use it, but I might as well use this then. And if there's so much AoE, I could just shout at them. Maybe? Maybe. I don't know. Thanks for checking out, by the way. So it's... what we lack is introspection. Well, that's even worse, right? Because for those people, those are the people who needs that kind of... what to call it? Those kind of crushes. They are probably extroverts. That's an assumption from my part, but I'm thinking that it's more common within extroverts, right? And extroverts in general are not, like, if you put them on one of their strengths is not introspection, right? So it becomes, maybe they're good at communication, but they're bad at figuring out what it is they should communicate. Oh man, that sounds fucking weird, man. I mean, I'm on the other side of that spectrum, so it's difficult for me to imagine, but it's how it would feel like to have that. Kind of fucking weird. Node Runner says, I use BC as a calculator as well. Yeah. Alright, so what we do if we want to do calculations is that we... wait, but this is percentage stuff, right? I don't use calculators very often. So how do I do floating point math, decimal math in BC? Like if I wanted to do that, I don't even remember. What was it that I wanted? Oh. What was the math I wanted to do? I wanted to do... no, here we go. I wanted to take 170... wait. Per stamina. Yeah, so 175 divided by 39. 175 divided by 39. 175 divided by 30. I mean, I guess it's fine. We don't need the floating points, I suppose. Because the other one had 120, 26. 120, 26. Right. 120 divided by 26. Alright, this is where we need the decimals, right? So, how do we do that? What do we search for? Floating or decimals? Float? Here we go. Simple expression is just expressions. The numbers are manipulated by expressions and statements. Alright, that's what we're putting in, right? A simple... wait. Whoa. Actually... and we don't need you right here, so I'll just move that out of the way. Alright, so let's see. Here we go. Wait, why did I not end up in the same place? That's kind of weird. Colgate in... wait. Colgate InnoTab says you can just compare 175 times 26 to 120 times 39 if you want to stick with integers. Oh, right. I don't have to divide them. I can just multiply them. So how does that work? So we take 170, 175 times 26, and we take 120 times 39. Right, we get comparison. Well, it's not a big difference then, is it? But in what frame of reference is that? What does that mean? So 175, that's percent damage. Times 26. Fuck man, math is not my strong suit. It's a very small difference, right? But how do I know that it is a small difference? I mean, I can just compare the two numbers. But what does it mean when I take the 175? That is an attack, and then I multiply it by its cost. Why do I multiply it? What do I get from that? What do we call that? What is the semantic name for that number that we just calculated? Like that's division makes sense in my head semantically, but this multiplication is right. Colgate Innotab says, with the same damage stamina ratio, the third talent would deal 180%. How did you get to that? Do I take... Oh! Since I do this, I can probably do the last number. And... No, wait. Like, where did you get that? Let's see, that's 39 times 29 times damage divided by stamina. I mean, alright, here we go. 39 times 26. Alright, we multiply these two and... oh, that's the comparison, right? We multiply with both of them. We take... Yeah, we take one calculation to get the complete comparison. Multiplied with... like, it doesn't matter which one we take. We compare out of this one, right? Oh, probably need parentheses here, I guess. Just in case. And we divide that by... the stamina of the one we're using, so 26, since I had 175, right? He says 39 times 26 times 120 divided by... Wait, so don't I need to take the same number? Like, if I take 175, I need to take 26. Or no, is that the comparison? I need to take the damage from the one, and I need to take the stamina from the other. That is what creates the comparison. Of course, since I include from both of the places. Wait, what? No. Fuck, man. Damn math. No, link something. Float operation with BC. Oh, a stack exchange. I feel like that's probably easier than learning math. As you notice, math is not my strong suit. Alright, so let's check that out. Do I need Steam open? No, I don't think so. Right, it looks like BC doesn't support float operations. When I do echo... Oh, you pipe it into BC, alright? I get 0. It doesn't mention floats. BC doesn't do floating points, but it does do fixed precision decimal numbers using the L flag. Mentions load a math library for trig functions, but it also means that the default scale is 20. Wait, scale is one of the number of special variables mentioned in the man page. What is scale? Anytime you want, whether -L or not, it refers to the number of significant digits used. Oh, right. I mean, that's fine. We probably don't need to change that. So I just pipe to BC with an L. Is that the way we do it? So instead of starting BC, or actually we can... So what was the number that I wanted to do? 175 divided by 26? Ah! We just started with the L. Then we take 120. See? Now I don't have to learn any math. Wait. Alright, this is damage per stamina. So actually that... Wait. Does that check out? That's a huge fucking difference compared to like when we did this. We just saw a small difference. This seems like a huge fucking difference. How does that happen? Oh man, maths. My head hurt. My head hurt. My head hurt. Blasphemous says, Axiom Verge. Yeah, I think was Banana Waffle Monkey's favorite music thing? I think. Blasphemous asks, do you use keyboard shortcuts to switch between windows? I don't think so, not on this computer. I'm using the mouse. No, Runner says he doesn't use Windows, he uses Linux. Kappa. Right. Oh, we don't see the difference? Your head is in the way. Alright. So, my head is in the way. Damn it. Whoa, I'm moving around. Right. Here we got this small difference, right? 175 times 26. Like, we said that this is a small difference. But when I did the floating thing, I got a big difference. This is per stamina, right? Oh. Yeah, I assumed. It's a bigger difference because you did it wrong. Wait. How did I do it wrong? It's division. How did I... Damn it. No, Runner says, you said my head hurt. It should be my head hurts. Oh, man. I'm not very good at grammar, am I? Grammar? Why should it be hurts instead of hurt? I don't remember those grammatical rules. Oh! Right, of course I did it wrong. The 175 one is the... It's the expensive one, of course. It costs more stamina. all this math, you know. That is by 26. There we go. Thank you. Thank you for looking out, Colgate in on that. It's good that somebody knows math. There we go. That is what we want to see. And we could just start basic calculator with L. Or length? I don't even remember what it was for. That is not a big difference. So the benefit, the damage is just a minor benefit. This one gets a minor damage benefit. It's a little bit more damage. This one has a greater area. Well, this one has the movement, which I really do like the movement. This one you have to stand still, but you get a grander area. And also you get damage per turn, right? Like if you're completely super surrounded, which I suppose will happen, you can get more hits in. Especially since it's usually you usually don't get surrounded. Usually they that's not 70. Usually they come from one side, right? You will get surrounded, but most of the times you see an enemy and they all come from the same place. So you can hit more people, especially if they block your path. So you can't jump in between them to do the spin attack. You could just make a spin attack to the ones behind. That's interesting. Colgate on tap says you can use the third talent as a ranged attack. Exactly. You can use it as a ranged attack. But no, you can use them both. You have the same range on both the attacks. Right? Well, you kinda have the same range. Wait, why is nothing happening? There we go. Right, you have 1, 2. Same with this, but you just move one step and do the attack. Oh, fuck him. You're not seeing that. Let's move back. Where am I supposed to be? Like here? That is probably fine. Maybe I should start being on this side. What do you think? Feels like a lot of stuff is on the left side of this game. Kind of wish there was just like one spot that was always free in all the games all the time, where I could be at all times so I don't have to do it. Thanks for the help, by the way, guys. I'm not good at this, but alright. And I lost all of these again, so up to 20 and up to 30. We are happy with that change. What is this then? Shattering Blow. Hits the target with your weapon, doing 115% damage. If the attack hits, the target's armor and saves are reduced by 6 for 5 turns. Also, if the target is protected by a temporary damage shield, there is a 9% chance to shatter it. Armor reduction chance increases with physical power. Wait. Hits the target with your weapon, doing that much damage. Yeah, we want that for sure. Shattering Blow. That's for bosses. Do we need level 12 here? But Shattering Blow was great, right? Berserk. No upgrades. What is this? Precise strikes? No, we decided against that. It was a dexterity thing, yes. I think we don't want anything in here at all, right? Lower talents of the same category? 2? Wait. We do have 2. Oh. Lower talents of the same category. It's not 2 talent points. It's 2 talents. You have to have both the talents. I misunderstood that yesterday. That's sad. What's this? Learn to focus your actions for a short while. Speed. You can refund it though, it's called Get In on Tap. Yeah, I mean I want to keep 2 here anyway. I want to keep the second level of Rush because I like the range that I get from it. I like having range. I'm even considering upgrading this again, right? For the cooldown and the range. So I think I'm pretty happy with having it at 2. I'm actually considering increasing this for the range as well. What else do we have? Spell shield. Oh, higher spell save. Ooh, that feels like a good idea. Since I'm an armor-based character, it's a good idea to saving against spells, I guess. Spells has been... I don't have any spell mitigation, and I probably won't have any spell mitigation, so it's better to just go on luck and go with the spell save, I suppose. Maybe I don't want to rush. No, I do want it. I do want it. It's quality of life is what it is. I mean, I like all of these. I like these really much. I'm actually considering getting this as well. Higher... Because the fights were long, right? I want to spend more. I want to heal more. Can't Get In on Tabs says that I think it's better to compare 100% exceeding damages when doing damage per stamina comparisons, because you can always deal 100% for 0 stamina with basic attack. Oh, right. Indeed. That is a good point. Well, no. Since as soon as you include 2 or 3 or 4 targets in this, I mean, it's the same with this one, right? If you include 3 if you would hit 3 targets where this one hits 2 targets, this one has a better damage per stamina, right? And including the single target attack makes it even more weird. Blasphemous says, this is like a life or death decision, isn't it? I mean, it is a permadeath game, I suppose. No, I mean, it's just me trying to understand the game. I like this. It's so weird because I really like theory crafting. I just don't like to do the math that has to be done. I like this theory crafting, the building, what do I like more? But yeah, right, just hitting 3 targets with this is always better than hitting 2 targets with this, because they're so close in the damage per stamina. So this is assuming we can move, this is better. But also we get the bleeding stuff later on at level 3 of this one. The thing is that I don't want to spend my class points. I don't want to waste them. I don't want to waste them. So what I'm thinking is that these two feel mutually exclusive. And it's an either or. Either I'm gonna spend all my points in this, or I'm gonna spend all my points in this. Just to... because one of those is gonna be the main AoE damage dealing abilities. Not both, but one of them. Description. Takes advantage of a wounded foe to perform a killing strike. Yes, right, so... Wait. No. Lower talents of the same category. There is no... I need level 1 on all of them to unlock this later on. So I can have them all at level 1. I have to. That is the mistake I did down here somewhere, right? Yeah, here. Same mistake. I did the same mistake again. I need this. I need tier 1 on all of them. There's no choice in that matter. That's a bit sad. What did we have here? Increase the accuracy of unarmed and melee weapons. Am I doing that still, or are we... I want to see, we go from 18% chance, it scales with constitution, so we go from 18 to 25 to 28, and we will get to, yeah. We want to be unstoppable. Unstoppable. Colgate, you don't have said, yeah. Third talent is necessary if you want the fourth talent of the category anyway, yeah. And we do want Killing Strike, right? Of course we do. It's an automatic crit. Yeah. Do want that. That's our single target damage dealer. Like the other two single targets are more CC focused and armor reduction, right? So we do want... Here we go. What about this? Minimum level 15. Alright. We put this here. No. Here. This was Shattering Blow, yes. Actually, we can put this over here as well. So we have single target. We have ranged. And we have AoE. Good stuff, good stuff. 15, 43. Minimum level 7. Passageway to the Ikara. Let's check it out. It says that they are hostile, but they haven't. They don't really care about us, though. Is this part of my quests? Daikara, Old Forest, Maze, Sandworm Lair, or Daikara? Here we go. This is the quest. Let's go here anyway. Let's see. Oh. Loot. Poison. That was rude. This is the reduction, right, of poison? Yes. 24 damage on 4 turns. And it's physical, so let's remove it. And we have our... Right. Hmm. Do I really want to rush into this group, or do I want to spread them out? Let's go inside. Oh, damn. Now I can't even do this. I was thinking, let's go inside and fuck them up. But that's not what happened. Ooh, so many enemies. This seems like a dangerous one. Just from the image. This is also a dangerous one. Alright, how much does this cost again? 39. 9 turns? Now let's just... Yes. And what was that? Slow, right. Perfect. Easy peasy. Alright, expedition journal. Oh, fuck. I got completely stuck in that. Just looking at abilities, right? Feels like just 25 minutes of reading is too little to switch over to the moon. Or taking a late lunch. Could be taking a late lunch. Fuck it, let's take a late lunch. What am I eating today? Asks Blasphemous. Muesli, probably. Muesli? How do you pronounce it in English? Muesli, I think. Muesli is Swedish pronunciation. Well, Kornak, fighter and expedition captain. Nothing but hatchling so far, honestly. If this keeps up, we won't have enough dragon hide to cover a dragon, let alone cover our losses. I'm really spared no expense this time as well. Goran is one of the finest rangers I know. And Sodelost, his prices are exorbitant. But then what else would you expect from those money-grubbing dwarven thronesmen? I must admit I don't know much about Zan. The locals say there's no finer Wyrmik in the area. And I admit she is something special in combat. Now, if only she could turn her draconic talents into finding some dragons. Dragons? Will there be dragons? Alright, so save game. And yeah, I'll take a little bit later lunch. That's what we do today, I suppose. I don't need you anymore. Probably don't need you. Probably don't need you. Sometimes I use the mouse to switch window, but sometimes I... Blasphemous says I have no idea what that is. Wait, what? It's like a cereal. Kinda. It's just a little bit more... Muesli. It's my pronunciation is probably fucked up. Blasphemous, eh? Muesli. This is it. It's like, oh fuck, I don't know what these are called. The seeds, crushed up seeds. Yeah. Usually have that for lunch. Yesterday was special, right? I got invited to burgers. Otherwise, I almost always eat this for lunch. And an egg. And, I mean, I put some extra fruit in it, like a banana or some strawberries. No, Donner says, I've never heard that word before in my life. Is it oatmeal? Yeah. Yeah, exactly, oat. I think that's the oat seeds. Like when you take all these, the most common thing you see, the thing right here and here and here. I'm pretty sure that's our oat seeds that are just, you just smash them together. You just crush them and put them in. Oftentimes they get a little bit roasted. And then you put some raisins in, maybe some dried fruits. Usually like a lot of like sunflower seeds I have in the one that I eat. What else is it in it? It's just a mixture of different grains. Yeah, different grains and seeds. Where you just maybe smash them together, maybe roast them a little bit. I know some people have roast them in honey or something like that. I don't know. And you have some extra random stuff in it, yeah? Blasphemous says, your lunch is our breakfast. Yeah, exactly. It's my first meal of the day. I only eat twice a day, right? So lunch is my first meal of the day, and that is like the breakfast meal. But calling it breakfast is a mistake because I've been awake for many, many hours. Many hours, yeah. Get you over here. Change to the moon. Right. Yeah, but I like this. I mean, it's not super tasty, but it's healthy. Well, it depends. You need to. I've been meaning to start doing it myself, right? Because it's just all these things put together, but I'm lazy like that, right? Efficient. So you just have to look at the packet because if you buy the wrong sort, like all cereal, there might be only sugar in it. But if you buy the healthy one, where there is not a lot of sugar, then it's like not super tasty, but healthy and fine. Like I take a banana and split that up and throw it in, or just some strawberries and put it in. And there you go. You got some better tasting. I think it's pronounced muesli in English. Yeah, I think so too. Muesli. Something like that. Yeah, we call it oatmeal or hot cereal. Wait. No, it's not hot. Müsli in Finnish. Yeah, müsli in Swedish as well. But I think oatmeal is. I think we don't really have. Oh, right. It is oatmeal. Wait, but no, oatmeal. You heat it up, right? Muesli is not heated up. This is more like a porridge, right? Yeah, this is oatmeal is more like a porridge. You warm it up, you cook it in some water. I don't do that. It's just cold and I put some milk in it. No heating up necessary. I don't like it when it's heated up. Wait, isn't that called porridge? Yeah, right. Barley and oat porridge. Isn't that the same thing as hot cereal or oatmeal then? No, don't know.